Hey, what's up, YouTube fans? So what I wanted to talk about in this video, right, is a fallacy, right, often committed by intelligent design advocates and really the intelligent design movement as a whole, which is the nominal fallacy. So the nominal fallacy is the logical fallacy where you think that by naming something you have explained it, right? Um, Intelligent design advocates do this when they don't actually pinpoint an explanation, but they just say things like, uh, there has to be an intelligence involved, or an intelligent source, or a mind, right? That's not actually pinpointing an explanation, right? It's just pinpointing like a word that you think like encompasses something that has the ability to make it happen, but you're not explaining how does it make it happen, what would have the ability to make it happen. And even with like a word like intelligence, the idea they oftentimes have in mind isn't really like intelligence in the traditional sense. It's not really intelligent in it's not really having to be intelligent in the traditional sense, because what are a few of the key defining features of intelligence? The ability to learn and the ability to reason. Yet, if God knows everything and always did know everything, as they will commonly believe, then he wouldn't actually need to learn, and he wouldn't actually need to reason like deductive reasoning or inductive reasoning, any of that, because he would already always have known the answers, right? And I mean, when I've pointed this out to people, like what this one guy said is, he was like, well, we would just say that God is not intelligent. We would just say that God's intelligence is not the same as our intelligence. But it's like, why even call it intelligence by that point? Why not just say it was some explanation, but I don't know what it is? Why even label it as intelligence by that point? And I mean, someone else who I pointed it out to was just like, well, intelligence in this case just means that it's a mind. But I mean, what really is a mind, right? Because if we take like the concept of a mind, like if we don't attribute any physical characteristics, and we're saying that, and if we say that it doesn't even have to be something that learns things or reasons, right, like inductive reasoning, any of that, then labeling it as a mind, quote unquote, that's not in of itself an explanation, right? You're just basically anything that's mysterious and you don't know what it is, you're just labeling it as mind so that you feel like you've given it an explanation, but that's not actually in of itself an explanation. So you're committing the nominal fallacy, right? Because I mean, there's plenty of natural phenomena that we wouldn't consider a mind that can produce ordered arrangements, ordered results, right? So how do you draw the line between something that's a mind versus just some other cause that results in ordered patterns? So you're not really giving me an explanation. You're just labeling anything that you don't know what the explanation is as mind so that you feel like you have an explanation. And I mean, someone else who I pointed these things out to, right? He was like, well, intelligence just means having knowledge. And it's like, first, I can't find any dictionaries that actually define it that way. And knowledge itself is an extremely ambiguous term that philosophers have long debated what exactly it really means. You're not actually giving me, like, you're not pinpointing any explanation. You're not giving, so this doesn't have any explanatory power. You're committing the nominal fallacy, right? That basically, they just will think like, oh, mind is just this all-encompassing thing that, if we just put the word mind on it, that explains any mysterious thing that I don't understand the explanation, but that's not in of itself an explanation. So you might as well just say, well, there's some explanation, but I have no clue whatsoever what it is, right? Because you're not giving me an explanation, right? That's not in of itself an explanation, okay? All right, that's all for now. See you guys.